everybody. Hiya, we're going to come out now. Is that alright? Yeah! Okay, please start clapping cheering. Welcome to the stage, me, Amanda Dwyer, and Susan Riddell. Listen to the podcast.
Fuck's sake, I didn't know there was that many people.
And a wee cheer if you're actually just here to see Fern and Alison.
Talk me shite.
At least they're honest.
Happy St. Paddy's Day for all who celebrate. Where's my Catholic hat?
This is so weird.
It's nice to have a wee seat.
It's so nice to have a wee seat. This is actually the third gig in a row that I've had a wee seat.
Aye. Amanda's took to sitting down on stage now like she's Dave Chappelle.
I did my 2 comedy festival shows on Saturday and I've not been well, right? That's why I did it.
That's how I'm not sitting right next to her.
And I was like, I'm going to request a wee seat. And I felt like a pure diva. And then I sat down for the 2 shows and I was like, I never want to stand up again.
It's too much effort. I actually want to I've honestly thought about doing a show lying down. Just because my general theme to most of my shows are I can't be asked for anything, and I'm like, or maybe just like a wee chaise lounge. Is that how you say that? Chaise lounge?
Chaise lounge.
A wee chaise lounge. Like Mariah Carey. That'd be nice, just reinvent the genre.
The chaise lounge.
The chaise lounge comedy.
This is lovely. But it's like when I'm like a living room in a show home.
That's right. This is nicer than my couch.
It's like
you don't know that because you've watched the podcast that we got. No dog hair on it, it's lovely.
I know, but I miss Annie.
I know. She's with her father. Because I don't know how many people have actually seen my stand-up or yours.
I know.
Has anybody ever, give me a shout if you've seen me doing stand-up before. Oh, right, okay, so you know I share the dog. I share the dog with my ex, so I do, so she's with him tonight.
I share a Wayne. And I'm not saying that's better or worse.
I think there was a wee bit of superiority in your voice there when you said that. No, listen, right, I was doing that joke on stage the other night, Friday night I think it was, and I usually ask the audience, because I tell them about me sharing my dog, and I usually say, does anybody share their dog with their ex? And this guy was I was like, but there was a wee bit of movement up the back, and he's like, no, I don't share my dog with my ex, I share a ferret. A ferret with my ex. So does anybody share any weird animals with their exes that they want to disclose? No. Right, okay. Anybody share the dog? Anybody share the dog actually? No, just me. Right, okay.
Just you, literally just you.
Right. Well, there's been some weird answers over the years, like some people share cats, I don't know how you do that, but you've got a cat.
I've got a cat and I'm the favourite. So I don't see him wanting to go. I don't see him wanting to share.
So Annie, my dog, she's a whore, she'll go empty. She'll literally go empty.
She actually will. This is so nice. Thank you so much for coming. We'll explain what's going to happen.
Okay.
Because we would probably forget to do that. So we're just going to chat for literally another couple of minutes. Then we're going to bring your first guest out, Alison Spittle, have a wee chat with her. And then we'll be joined by the wonderful Fern Brady. And then after that, there'll be a wee break so you can go get more drinks, and then we'll come back and we'll be doing some bits and bobs. Does that sound alright?
There might be a bit of audience participation. It's like, no.
Well, we are going to ask you during the break if you can get a signal. We don't know if you can. Some people have sent messages. Please send us in.
To Instagram if you've got it.
Aye. We're sorry, we're so badly organised.
No, like we've had a chat about this because I was like, Well, we could get people to we could put a wee box and you could put paper in it, but then we were we're going to have to buy 200 pens.
Fuck that.
Well, if you don't mind during the break, sending us a wee Instagram message telling us your cartoon crush.
Yeah.
I don't know how familiar you are with the podcast lore, but that's been one of the clips that we put out, and it seemed to be pretty relatable. You're fucking weirdos.
Everybody's got one.
A cartoon crush, aye.
Give me a cheer if you've no got one. See? We're all fucked.
Who was yours again? I can't remember.
It was Kovu for the Lion King 2.
Did somebody not call you a mad furry in the comments?
Because I said I liked the Beast for Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, that's right.
It was this woman's a furry, and I was like, what's a furry? And I had to go and Google it. And I was like, oh my god, I feel love big, furry, manly.
This isn't the time to disclose this, Amanda.
It's too late, this has been filmed, isn't it? Okay. I also quite like Hades for Hercules as well. She gets it.
I've not seen that.
How? The blue guy, he's got he's like the lord of the underworld.
That other one you liked as well, I remember now, was fucking Ariel, the Little Mermaid star.
Oh. King Triton is hot as fuck.
King Triton.
Pure daddy vibes.
It's just revealing some issues. Underlying issues.
If he was I know he's like a fish, so I don't even know if...
How would that work?
I don't know how that's going to work.
But nobody knows how that works, let us know in the break. Mine's, I'm there, I was thinking about the cartoons from my childhood and stuff like that, and I always had a crush on Michelangelo, the turtle, with the orange band. He was the one that was a dumb fuck, like the pure dumb guy, and that is my...
That's your type.
I like himbo type.
That moulded you.
Aye.
It
It did actually.
That's got a lot to answer for, I think.
Anybody else have a crush on any of the turtles? You got cheers for yours. I just feel like a pure weirdo on it.
Mine's a nice soft fur. Yours is a reptile. An actual reptile.
I know, but he was a cool dude. And he ate pizza.
I did like pizza.
Told jokes.
One redeeming feature.
I mean, it'd be worse if did anybody watch the turtles? Am I just revealing how old I am? Yes. It would have been worse if I said Splinter or something. Shredder! I feel like you would like Shredder.
Wait, what's Shredder?
Shredder, he had a helmet and you never really saw his face actually.
Oh, I like that.
Keep the helmet on, Shredder.
There's something interesting about no knowing what's under the helmet.
Actually, that's right.
Because you fancy the blind boy?
Is this whole show just going to be us talking about who we fancy? We've not passed the Bechdel test or whatever it's called.
What's that?
It's like you're not supposed to talk about guys and that. That's the official.
Don't talk about guys.
Does anybody know what I'm talking about, the Bechdel test? Yes, thanks. Yes, all the women, all the feminists at the front. It's like does somebody else want to explain it?
No,
it's
you
like
go give it a
movies
try.
and things like that, like films, right? They'll be like, is there a guy? Does it all centre around a guy kind of thing? And if it does, then that's bad.
So every film.
Aye.
And show ever, pretty much.
Aye.
It's bad.
Aye. It's bad.
Alright, sorry, Will.
The other thing we were going to ask you to send to us during the break, just because we think it might be quite funny to read them out, is misheard song lyrics, because there was a clip that put out also where I genuinely thought the words to get your rocks off. Do you actually really listen to the podcast? Because I don't think you do. Get your rocks off, know that song? Get your rocks up, get your rocks up. I thought the words were get your muff downtown. That's what I thought the words were. Genuinely, and I was singing it on the podcast.
And I was like, what are you saying? She was like, get your muff downtown. I was like, no, please. You're actually kidding me on. She's like, is that not it? I was pure, no, it's get them off downtown, you fucking idiot.
Get them off downtown.
So, any good Miss Head songwriters? There will be prizes for our favourite one.
Yes. Not very
They're
good
not very
prizes,
good, very on brand prizes.
Yes.
Right, before we get a guest on, we're just going to read out. I don't know how long you've been watching the podcast, but we did try to do this thing where at the start of every episode we would read out our hormone horoscopes.
This is a real app, okay? Hormone horoscopes. In fact, I think it's cancelled now.
It has, mine's like self-exploded, deleted.
I think that was just meant to do with you then.
But I paid for it, I bought the good version.
I know, and I never. I got the wee freebie version. Just because we were in the back there, like just saying our general moods, and I was like, what's wrong with us? So I'll read out I'll read out mine so you can get a feel for the kind of headspace that I'm in just now.
Should we explain? Right. I don't know how many men are in?
Have you got hormone horoscopes as well? You're about to find out some stuff. I'm on day 27
of her cycle, her menstrual cycle, guys.
That's a bad day. That's a bad day for a guy to sit in the front row. That's a shame. I feel bad. Because this is what it says. Careful of taking something someone says does or posts online the wrong way. Oh, plunging estrogen can make you a tad touchy and pessimistic. Blah blah blah, downward spiraling estrogen, chronic conditions may flare up, depression, digestive disorders, a general bletchiness is what it says here.
Bletchiness?
Aye.
So you've got trapped wind and you're sad?
Aye, I'm dying to fart up here. I'm sad and I'm bloated. What about you, Amanda? What day are you on?
Well, I'm 3 days late, but I'm no pregnant.
Live pregnancy test. What man, that'd be a fucking belter of a clip, Amanda.
No, I did one this morning because I was like, where is this fucking thing? So I should be on day 3.
Okay.
I don't think you need to pass it to me.
Okay. Right, I don't think this is right, I'll be honest.
Alright.
Just for what you were telling me.
You may have that finally feeling today. As estrogen rises to a point that noticeably lifts your pep and makes you laugh easily. More easily than you have in days. You'll be a bit sharper and thinking faster on your feet now.
That's a lot of
Your
shit.
Your thoughts are turning to secret crushes.
Oh my god, aye.
Pure horny or fucking king shite. A boost in optimism makes problems you've been facing seem easier to overcome. Nah, sorry.
No. No, what you told me, did you not have a panic attack during the night?
At 1:50 AM I woke up and I was like, I'm freezing and my heart was going pure fast. And I was like, I must be dying of sepsis. So I shook my partner awake and I was like, hiya, I'm just going to pop off to the hospital now. Because I'm about to pass away for sepsis. And he was like, fucking sit down. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I don't think it's sepsis. Are you maybe just a wee bit anxious? And I was like, well, my heart's going really fast. And I'm not breathing right and I feel really cold. And he was like, oh yeah, I think you're just mental here. And he was right. Sad to say.
Any hypochondriacs gives a shout.
Yes!
Oh, the guy down the front. What's your usual one? Oh, you think I'm dying all the time.
What's your name, sorry? William. Hi, William. Nice to meet you. Somebody went, oh. Oh, William. Thanks for chatting to us. Also, if you don't want to, you should have sat in the front. That's sepsis is a big one for me. I will do it again tonight. I will. I'll go home and I'll do it again. But we'll have a good night here anyway, yeah?
It's a bloody simple, Stephen, that poor boy.
No, it's not. I've not done that for about 2 years actually.
See, to be honest, the fact that you said you never peed, like you couldn't pee because you're always peeing.
What? Did I say that?
Maybe you have got it.
I've actually had like a cold for 2 weeks. And I
This
think
is us
that's
just
it.
moaning now.
Sorry, no, I've just one.
That bitch is a podcast.
And my period's due, and that pure fucks me, makes me feel no well.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? So I think all it just hit at once at 2 a.m. And I woke up like, and this is it. But I'm still here. I'm fighting through it for you guys. I'm literally a pure hero.
I know, I'm glad. I'd have been lonely up here. I would have made a wee speech about you.
That'd be nice.
Try to think of nice things I would say about you.
What would you say?
Amanda lights up a room, life and soul of with her boundless energy.
Yeah. Thanks.
That was sarcasm.
I think it was. So that's our headspace, you know.
Do you want to share? No? Alright. Just us. I'm thinking maybe we better get our first guest
I
on.
think we should.
Yes.
I can see her pacing about.
Oh, can you? I can't see anything. Alright, okay, well
You're going to come join me here?
I'll join Amanda and Alison. We're going to get Alison on to sit up here, so we're
Yeah. I've got a wee remote. I'm going to be doing this sort of thing.
Oh.
Oh, here she is.
Welcome to the stage, it's Alison Spittle!
Hi. Can I just say, I forgot these stairs were there and I was like, is she going to die?
I just take that anyway. There was a presence behind you. Did you notice
I
that?
heard that.
So, one of the wee smiley faces that fell off.
One of the smiley faces.
That's a
fell off.
omen.
That is a big omen.
The about to get sad up here.
The laughter will run silent tonight.
So Alison, how are you? You arrived in Glasgow today, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm in a lovely hotel.
I know, it's a sin because for some reason Alison get put in a nice hotel in Fern, didn't he?
I know. She can afford her
I
own
know, that's
hotel.
Alison, she's fine.
Right?
She's fine.
I can't. They could sense our financial situations. So they're like, help the girl out. Help her out. What did I have for dinner today? 4 bean salad out of Sainsbury's and some hummus.
Nice.
Not because I wanted to, but because I'm in my overdraft, baby. Yeah.
I thought that was quite fancy myself. Do you know what I genuinely had for my dinner, Alison?
What did you have?
4 digestive biscuits.
Hold on. But you had toppings.
Oh, alright! I had 2 with cheese on them, controversial.
Whoa.
Yes, butter and cheese. Lurpak actually, so it was a bit bougie. And 2 with butter and jam.
Wow, for dessert. Love that.
Aye, exactly.
2 courses, baby. Yeah.
Nice. So happy St. Patrick's Day.
It was grand. There's loads of people in green around Glasgow.
Yeah.
And quite drunk. That's what he would have wanted. That's what St. Patrick died on the cross for.
Exactly. He died on a cross.
Do you usually celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Like, is it just... Because I feel like if you were actually Irish, you might be like, oh, fuck that. Do you know what I mean? It's everybody else that celebrates it.
It's like International Women's Day.
Aye.
As in, like, I don't give a fuck about it, but I get paid more to participate in gigs. I'm like, yeah, I suppose I'm Irish. Yeah, I'm a woman. Oh, right. Yeah, that's genuinely what it's like. Yeah. Although, like, I grew up in a very rural part of Ireland, and so we didn't have like really fancy parades or anything like that. What we would have is we would have insensitive remakes of sitcoms done by like local old men on the back of a tractor. Mostly like people dressed as Father Ted and stuff like that. Yeah, or like maybe a man in the local town has got a Mercedes. He'll drive through as well, and we'll be like, wow. Him with his big car. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Where is this an island that you're from?
Westmeath, so it's right in the middle. So it is like I think geographically and spiritually the equivalent of Bathgate, I would say. You go through it.
That's how you and Fern are.
It's not a destination.
Nobody's stopping there.
I know, though I've never been to Bathgate, I've been through it, but Fern has told me about Bathgate and same vibes.
I've actually never been to Bathgate either, but Fern has spoken so badly about it that
Yeah.
now, when I see a guy from Bathgate on a dating app, I'm like, fuck that.
It truly is cursed.
Yeah. I actually have an aunt there and a cousin, and I've never visited them. And they've lived there for like 15 years.
Wow.
I need to get, we need to have a day trip tomorrow to Bathgate, that's it.
Yeah.
Is that bad of me?
What is in Bathgate? Like,
I don't think very much.
I don't think
apart from like remnants of Fern's childhood, what else is there?
Has anyone came here tonight from Bathgate?
Oh shit.
No.
Right.
Nobody leaves.
Nobody goes, nobody leaves. Schrodinger's town, like, you know.
You live in London now, don't you, but Alison, she's moved up in life, she's living in the big smoke.
Oh yeah, baby. Hanging on by my fingernails. Yeah, most of my friends. So there was like I used to live in Dublin, big massive housing crisis in Dublin, and most of my friends live in Glasgow now. I have more friends in Glasgow than I do in Dublin.
Why don't you just move here? Move here.
I know.
Move here.
Move here. Genuinely, I would miss Fern. It would be a big thing.
She's always here anyway. She can't keep away from the place.
I know. Yeah. I know. Ah, look.
You forget about it eventually.
Huh?
I said you'll forget about it eventually.
Okay. Like, how do you deal with and like the lack of sunshine? Because I've been to Glasgow, like all you know, you go in the summer, you're like, fuck me, what a place. And then you go in January,
Well,
and you're like, I've attempted my life before. I'll do it again. You know?
around September, I ask for a prescription.
Yeah, I know.
I say, I'll take 20 milligrams of fluoxetine, please.
Yeah.
And that gets me through 6 months, and then come spring, I'm like, I'm not depressed anymore.
Yeah.
Really no selling the place.
Like 2 weeks ago, when the weather was good, I was like, I do believe in its seasonal affective disorder now. Like, I didn't believe, I have ADHD, I kind of half don't believe in that as well. But like, as soon as the sun comes out, you're like, fuck me.
It's so weird
you know.
because we were talking about this on the podcast. I get the opposite.
What?
Like, I don't like when the light nights come in.
Why?
Because it's just like, it just gives in, you need to start doing things. There's this pressure to live.
Because like,
I like to live. And like, then it'll be like light till like fucking 11 o'clock at night, and you're like, I should go in my bed, but I can't because it's light outside and I feel guilty. And
I love it. I'm like, I was walking through the park yesterday and a man was running, and this is like at like 10:30. I was jealous of him that he was able to openly run. Like, I was just going very quickly through a park. It's weird how you do have to decide between doing a bit more cardio or facing death going through like a dark park. And I'm like
that. It's good. Adds to the jeopardy.
it does, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm like,
It jazzes up a wee bit.
yeah, and it really annoys me though, because like one day, not one day it'll happen, but if it does, I'll be like, I should have done the steps, you know? Anyway, get off that. Sorry about that, brought it down a weird path there.
No, you're fine. Look, that's pretty common for our actually.
Yeah.
It's very on brand for our podcast, Alison.
Good.
I just get really into fitness. No, well.
Me too.
No, really. I mean, I've not been at the gym in 2 weeks, but I've been sick. But I have started going to spin classes.
I haven't done that yet
I
now.
love it. I made Susan come with me, but her fanny was too sore.
Fanny was too bad.
When I went to the spin class, it wasn't before the spin class. But, no, I went to. Who's been to spin before? You have to sit on these saddles and they pure hurt your fanny. Like, I had to I couldn't sit down on it. And I was going to get up, and if the teacher asked me, I was going to say to her, like, my fanny's too sore.
You were, she was literally like this. The mum's like, you okay? She's like, yeah. And then she was like, is it my fanny? I love a wee spin class.
I love aqua aerobics.
Oh.
Like, I've done aqua aerobics a long time.
It's such a old lady. There's a lot.
That's why I love it.
Hi.
Those women are the best people at chatting about your life to, and like you just see the different tits, like, and it's just so many different types of tits, and you're like, it's so comforting. I don't know.
I know,
It's like wall art, you know. And you're like, wow, you know.
And sometimes you go to everybody's stunning and pure
not an aqua aerobics, babe. If there's someone who's stunning there, you're like what? There's something up with them, like, you know, because it's just like it is just fat people and old people, and they're the greatest people in the world, you know. Yeah, and like I've seen a fight at aqua aerobics.
A fight over what?
Well, there was some disrespect, and will I tell you, Becca?
Please.
So, I used to go to aqua aerobics in this place in Dublin that was a bit rough around the edges, and there was this woman. She'd like short hair, and I'm gonna call her Testy, because like I came in and she did say like, test me and I'll fucking kill you, and I was like, okay. And I was holding a towel in my mouth at that time, trying to cover up my tits and my fanny while putting up my swimming togs. Hands up, yeah.
How old was Testy?
60s,
right.
I'd say. Like, do you know Shirley out of EastEnders?
Oh yeah.
It was that, and like you just would not, you wouldn't cross her, and she kind of had the run of the mill. And she goes to me like this. She went, "You're fat, aren't you?" Right? And I was like, "Okay, that's observant." And she said like, "No, it's just there's another fat girl in this class, and she splashes me all the time." So yeah, genuinely. So if you don't splash me, we're gonna get on fine, right? And I was like, "Okay." Now genuinely. I got a level with you guys. Love splashing. One of my top 3 reasons to go and swimming. Like, do you ever watch the documentary Blackfish?
Yeah.
Like I just pretend I'm Tilikum all the time, right? And I'm just like splashing and smashing. I feel powerful. Like it's great. And
especially people by the legs, dragging them around the pool. Yeah,
because older people they float. You know that the bone density is less, and they're like birds. So basically the other fat girl came in. The one that's not, it was only me and her, and she got into the swimming pool, and Tessie went to her, I've warned the new fat girl not to splash me, because I know that you fat girls love splashing, laugh. And then the other fat girl got her pool noodle, right, and slapped Tessie full on across the head. And they just started baiting the shit out of each other. Just absolutely baiting the shit out of each other. So yeah, that was
such a difficult thing to brandish at something.
Yeah.
Because it's so light.
It's in slow motion, do you know, like I think she wanted to be hit. You know, she could have moved any time.
It never actually reaches, like, by the time you...
I think it was like the attempt that then pushed on the actual physical
How
fight.
old was this aggressor?
In her 20s.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. No, it was yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I'll crab it bitch up, definitely.
Yeah, but like in the water. Now we're trying to get away from the fight, but the more that like I try and get away, the more I'm splashing the water up against me, pushing myself further and further. Like it was very difficult. Have you ever seen Saving Private Ryan when they're coming out of the sea? That's what it was like. Do you know what? I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan. But I just presumed they would have a scene like that. I always do this, Fern will tell you. Like, when we did the podcast, and we like, I think we'd Lou Sanders on it. It was like one of the first ever episodes we did. And I said something like, we were talking about, I think it was like how we lost our virginities or something like that. And I said, oh, it's like, it's like Dead Man's Shoes, right? I'd never seen Dead Man's Shoes.
Oh my God, I've seen it.
Yeah, other people had seen it, and they went really quiet. And then I was like, what's on? Because I watch a lot of Shane Meadows stuff, and like, I felt like the place where I'm from in Ireland is very like rural and desolate and shit, and like beautiful, but also the people are cruel. So I thought it was like that, but then I read the synopsis of Dead Man's Shoes and I had to go, no, it wasn't like that at all. Yeah.
What is it? I've not seen it.
Don't make us say it,
Okay.
Amanda.
Okay. Yeah.
Please. Don't. Okay, so it wasn't like Dead Man's Shoes.
What's the worst film you've ever seen that's like made you feel, I don't know, well I'm not going to talk about that on stage right there. Talk about something else. Do you ever see the film Kids?
No.
I watched that with my boyfriend. He was like, oh, I watched this when I was a teenager, and then I watched it. I was actually angry with him. I was like, this is the type of shit you watched when you were younger. And he's like, yeah. Because there's a scene where like they're in a swimming pool and like one of the other girls bullies the other girl for not riding, and it just triggered me.
Aqua aerobics.
It reminded me of aquarobics, yeah. It's like the Catholicism. It's like that kind of like ex-Catholicism.
Aye.
This is lovely chatting to you.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Let's get
sorry.
raging.
Huh?
Let's get raging.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fucking ready. What are you doing after this? Should we be friends?
We'll have a mosh pit. We'll just have a big mosh pit in here.
Class. Good.
So your show is tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
Fat Bitch.
Fat bitch.
Yeah, very excited. Well, I just got an email today that Edinburgh Fringe aren't going to let me use that name.
Aww.
So I'm going to have to come up with a different name. So I'm thinking like maybe Fat Cunt. Or, yeah, we'll see. Get it on a poster.
I don't know, because somebody last year had cunt in their title.
Oh, did they?
Did they?
Seymour Mace. Seymour Mace, you fucking cunts, or something it was called, was it not?
Well,
Sorry everybody, that was so...
Well, they tell me that I won't be able to advertise it on Meta or any of the posters and shit like that. And like, you know, I need to do that. Cause, yeah. So I don't know. So I'd have to think of a different thing. It's basically last year I got sick. Got septicemia actually.
Oh no.
Yeah,
so did
got.
I.
I know. We've got such similar lives. And yeah, I got a skin infection, cellulitis, and it turned into septicemia.
Oh,
And then I went to the I was in the hospital, and the hospital were like, basically, you're pre-diabetic, you got all of this shit going on, and I was like, all right. And they're like, you're gonna have to lose weight, and I was like, cool. And I was like, can you help me with that? And they're like, yeah, in 2 years. So I tried to lose weight the normal way, and then I fully realised I got like a full-on eating disorder that like I just can't fix. This is gonna be hilarious. It's not. I know. And like so I the injections, do you know the ones?
What ones? Because there's different ones in there. Ozempic, and then there's another one that
Yeah.
everybody's taking.
Manjaro. And I'm just, it's not going to be like, oh, Manjaro is class, but it's also like, it's weird because I've lost a significant amount of weight since since then. And but like I'm finding it weird because I didn't want to lose weight, and it's like all about my mixed feelings about it and stuff, because like what was it, like I get compliments now and stuff, and like it's all kind of like, it's all weird, because a part of me wanted to stay fat out of spite. Like I think genuinely big time, like because I used to be on telly in Ireland, and like used to get a lot of shit on like, used to go on telly and I'd be like, oh cool, and then I'd wait 10 minutes and then you'd get all these like comments and stuff, and it was literally like, some lad was like, you should stay off the bread, you fat bitch, and like literally when he was saying it, it was like I blacked out and I was just hovering then over the toaster putting bread in. Wah, ha, ha, ha. Little does he know, the more he attacks, the bigger I get. So like yeah, it's about that. It's about kind of like that. It's about my relationship with my body and shit like that. But I'm gonna, like, it's still a work in progress, and I want to make it funny. I got all these like mixed feelings about it, about all of it, and I suppose like, and what's annoying is like I've been whipping it for a while, and I keep being like with the luxury of going, I just have all these feelings, so I'm gonna put all these feelings out. But now I have to actually do jokes as well. So yeah, I'm excited about it. And I like being honest about it, because I don't think it's fair. Like, people are entitled to do whatever they like or whatever, but I don't think it's fair to. There's morality attached to weight, and I would just like to, like, I'm no better than a person. So someone who's lost weight with no injections and through pure grit and determination is not a more worthy person than me, and I'm not more worthy of a person than someone who hasn't lost weight or anything like that, and I just want to do a show about that. But there's also going to be cum jokes as well. So much to think about. Tickets still available. Tomorrow 7:30, flying duck, beautiful. And if you do have any suggestions of anything that I can put on a poster that like has the element of fat bitch, but I don't know. I really like the name.
I love the name.
I know, because it's like, it's what I get called. Do you know what I mean?
Can they all just like stare at the...
No, they want the full word covered. The full word covered, and then if you put it online, they'll... Because I got knocked off Instagram last year.
Yeah, so did I. You helped me. Yeah.
Yes! What did you get knocked off for again?
They never told me.
They told me.
Because you were a...
child endangerment. Which I deny. But I shared a simple old meme, a little meme of... there was a child being chased, right? The child is in distress. It's on a Ring doorbell thing, and it's being chased, right, by a puppy, but they've taken out the puppy, and instead they've put Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide, the singer. I was like, ah ha ha ha, hilarious. Gone, 3 months, absolutely fucked. I was supporting Fern on tour, gigged to over, like, I worked it out, 11,000 people I gigged to. And no fucking Instagram account. I know. No wonder I'm eating 4 bean salad.
I know, I didn't get...
What happened to you?
I just tried to get on it one day and they were like, nah. And I was like, how no? And they were like, you're barred.
Oh, man.
And then they wouldn't even let me like appeal it.
No, they don't.
I was like, I don't know what I've done. And you were like, you must be a nonce or something. And I was like, I don't know.
I was like, welcome to the club. There's a special WhatsApp group. Then I name a lot of comedians. No.
I was like, I've not done anything. And then a few days later, I can't even remember what happened, but I got back in like 3 days later.
It's so strange, yeah. I had to contact friends of friends. Like, the person who does my hair knew someone who worked at Meta.
Right.
And that's how I got
that.
That's... Yeah.
That's high up.
Because it's like a
Is
big
it high up?
faceless,
Huh?
like it's a big faceless, you don't know who it is.
You child's name to turn to.
Yeah, it's like traitors in a way, you know? You're just like, what?
We are going to have to get the next
Oh,
guest.
yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry, yeah.
So, you don't know who it is.
It's not who it is, I think it's who it is. This is who it is.
Hey! The theme of the show is besties, so Alison and Fern are besties. If you don't know, they're comedy besties. Me and Amanda, we're hanging by a thread.
We are.
That's what happens when you do a podcast together, lads.
Gonna change it to enemies. Aye, so let's get on. Let's get Fern Brady. Everybody, welcome.
We've went way over our time, haven't we?
Thanks.
So sorry.
No, it's not you. We should be. That's
That's
very
not
us. Sorry.
I was trying to chip in from the back and then I was like, that's not allowed. Right, I'm not that horrible about Bathgate. I think Bathgate...
I read your book.
I'm a bit sore about it because someone reviewed the book on Amazon and said Bathgate's a perfectly nice commuter town. It's good to get to Edinburgh and Glasgow from there. It also has a really big Tesco, and I would say it's like the second best place in West Lothian. Like there's much worse. Like Linlithgow, number one, poshest place. Then Bathgate. Like Bathgate's not even in the top 3 worst places in West Lothian.
Where's the worst place in West Lothian?
I think Livingston's quite pop. Like Livingston's like the Milton Keynes of West Lothian. Like,
Right, okay.
So
So I'd never have a good gig there.
there's a place called Fauldhouse where my mum's from, and it's that's the one where everyone's
inbred.
well,
Beautiful.
don't say it. I was gonna say like hairy and said hairy. But someone from Love Island, someone that won Love Island was from there.
Who is
Was it Paige?
Yeah.
Paige,
Yeah.
Paige, was that the singer that went out with Lewis Capaldi?
Yeah. West Lothian's charging out all the media personalities.
She went on to Love Island to make the gene pool bigger, you know?
Lewis Capaldi's from Whitburn, I think.
Alright. Is that the same place as Susan Boyle?
Susan Boyle's from Blackburn.
Alright. Just going through the whole gauntlet Scottish like
Small Scottish towns.
So I started that way, but I'm not too harsh on Bathgate.
No, I love it. You came on like a wrestler. You just like ran up. I got something to say about Bathgate. It's a fine town. You've been up here bad.
Welcome, Fern. Thanks for joining us.
I know the things she was saying about films as well, when Alison will reference a film. She'll sometimes go really art house with it, and it'll be like the darkest films ever. Like you referenced the piano teacher with Isabel Hooper once.
Did I?
That's it. It's about a piano teacher that she goes and like sniffs cummy tissues and then plays classical piano, and she kind of fancies her mum. And you referenced it like, oh, growing up in Westmeath was like, and I was like, have you seen that film?
Look, I got wide references, alright? Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think. Well, anyway, no.
We were on tour. We just survived a long tour together.
I do keep thinking that like our friendship almost survives like work engagements.
Well, by the end of the tour, everyone in the car was just silent. Just like totally silent.
What got you through this tour?
Magic mushrooms.
I had a feeling.
Sometimes I wouldn't know Alison was on them, and she was. We were driving through like Leicester. We were driving through like an industrial estate, and Alison was like, "Let's go to an escape room!" Wow! I realised she was on the mushrooms again.
That is a clear sign of somebody.
Alison is like someone who's on mushrooms all the time.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's cool. I'm trying to think of other. You were learning. You were driving on tour. You're a fresh driver.
Yeah, you passed my driving test last year.
How
Yeah,
many-
well
how
done.
many-
Yeah, it was amazing.
How
But
many
actually-
times did you try it?
Four.
Four.
And I did 2 in Scotland because I thought it would be easier. So I did them in Peebles. I don't have any family connection to Peebles, right? And I think they knew what I was at because they could see on my licence like the London address, and Peebles is one of the top easiest places to pass. But I was just thinking about this the other day. I tried to do a driving test having had almost no lessons at all. So I was just sailing through roundabouts really boldly. And I remember like the guy being quite frightened and stuff. And, so yeah, it's still mad that I'm allowed to drive, eh? Because that you've seen me drive.
Yeah, I remember Cheshire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good at driving. You are good.
Alright, yeah.
You're better than me.
Oh, we should talk about Thorpe Park.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you did go
even
for
though
it.
I'm 38, because I've just got a car now, I'm going through all the things that I would have done as a teenager. So I was like driving at Tesco playing like the Brat album full blast and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Alison and her other mate Maurice wanted to go to Thorpe Park. So I took us all on a day out to Thorpe Park last summer.
Oh, yeah. And I said, I don't know if I can go to Fort Park because, like, how fat I am.
Yeah, she thought she wouldn't be able to get on the rides. But our other friend that we were going with, she was like quite depressed, and she was like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself if I can't go on a roller coaster. I can't do her that.
No, you did it great.
Okay.
That's kind of like the start of Bewitched, C'est La Vie. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself if I can't get on a roller coaster.
Yeah, like, yeah, so another friend, she pretty much, she hates everything in life. She hates like music, cinema, she hates
She hates everything apart from
roller
roller
coasters
coasters and
magicians.
magicians.
That's like the only thing she's not cynical about.
Yeah.
So she was like,
Yeah, genuinely.
she basically said to me like, I can't get through this year unless I go on some roller coasters. And I said to Alison, no, come along. And she was like, I can't, they won't let me on any of the rides. And I was like, no, I think they will, because I'd seen a comedian doing a bit. There was a comedian called Helen Bauer, and she was doing material about being fat at Disneyland. So I was like, no, you will get on the ride. So we set off, and then Maurice, our other pal, was just charging ahead, going on the scariest roller coasters.
She's going on Saw, and you could see her go on the roller coaster, and then like the colour straight in her cheeks back, like the will to live. She's like, it was beautiful.
And then they have these seats that say like, here at Fort Park, they're these tester seats, and it's like, here at Fort Park we respect all bodies, but like the rides may not. So it did all that as a thing. So you had to go in this tester seat, and I became like a pageant mother, forcing Alison into the seats, going, come on. She was like a toddler in a car seat. I was like just pushing it down on her legs.
I was like an adult in a car seat.
And she just really quietly was like, it's not gonna happen. And I was like, no, we'll get you on this ride. And she went, I'll come back next year triumphantly. And that happened again and again and again. And then the final time I put her into one of the tester seats, I was like, you don't want to do this, do you? And our other friend, the depressed one, was just charging ahead, going on the ride. And then me and Alison just went on like a water slide with a large group of autistic school children.
Yeah, it was great.
Yes.
Well, we went on that ghost train as well. Do you remember it was like
The Dan and Brown one?
It was like a reenactment of like the tube, so it looks like the tube, and they paid 2 actors to act mental and like shout at you and try and touch you.
I thought it was like going to be a traditional ghost train where like you go on at the shows where just a normal ghost train, but it was a stable tube carriage.
Yeah.
These guys pretending to be mental, but they weren't allowed to touch you, so they would just stand over you screaming at you, and it was too similar to everyday life in London.
Yeah, it was like a tube.
So we were just sitting pissing ourselves laughing.
I was like, I paid 23 quid for this when I could have paid 220 and it's been on the tube. But yeah, I think Fort Park is a bit like Zara, as in like fat people are allowed in the premises. They can't legally throw you out, but you cannot participate.
Alison, I had a similar experience when I was 7 years old.
Did you?
Does anybody remember Little Marco's? Right, so it's like a big soft play thing in Glasgow, and I went to a 7th birthday party there. My man's here. This is true, isn't it? And it was a whole class that was there, and it was this lassie's birthday party, and they wouldn't let me in because I was too tall.
They wouldn't let you in.
Well, I was allowed to watch.
Oh
You can really watch everybody like having a pure amazing time.
That's a pure shame.
Oh my
I know,
God.
sorry to bring the mood down there, I know actually.
How fucking tall were you when you were 7?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
So I was mega tall at school as well, and it was horrible. Do you remember having to do like country dancing at primary school?
Me tiny guys.
Yeah. I always remember they always had like scabby crusty
Aye,
hands.
like I was sweaty, minging hot.
It's horrible.
But I just remember this, a lassie always said to me, we were the two tall ones, and she was like, we were playing and all that, right? And she's like, do you know, think that sometimes you just can't play like a normal sized child? Because people think you're older than you are and you look pure stupid. And I was like, well no, I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about it.
We had a pal when I was like 14. We used to go to the cat house unders like every Saturday. Give me a cheer if you went to the cat house unders.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
ever go to the cat house?
No, I went to an Edinburgh version. I can't remember what it was called though. Oh, the mission! Yeah, and I used to sell people Pro Plus tablets. Yeah, it was great.
We went to the cat house and it was back when you could like smoke fags. Like so we were like 14.
Oh,
We were like just pure smoking fags in the cat house. It was, like pure getting a pure Nicky buzz, like that was all you could do. And but we had this pal Gavin who honestly looked about 40. And he would always get a knockback for the unders. As if he was like a pure beast trying to get out. But then it was a pure shame.
When you think about it, like what were they doing letting like 14-year-olds hang about with 18-year-olds? Like
That's like a place I had, the Harriers, which was in Central Ireland, right? And we used to have like, it was an underage disco. You had to be like 16 and under. But they also had, so this is in an athletics place, they also had a pub that was attached to this underage disco with a glass partition. So you as a 14-year-old would be dancing to Cascada, just looking into the eyes of a 50-year-old man drinking a pint. And like, this is on the outskirts of town. He's not passing through, that's the destination. It was like a Shark Tank for paedophiles, you know? Like an aquarium.
That's why I deal with it, and as long as it's a glass
Contain them.
Yeah.
And in rural Ireland, you would always have to get a lift back. You would have to like go out with guys based on.
Oh, yeah, like literally, like the way that I would pay for transport would be hand jobs. Like it was like a bartering system, do you know? I really looked at it as like an agricultural thing, not a thing of passion. I was like, oh, I have to go get the morning after pill, right? Okay, need to get into town. Where's John?
Because she used to do a bit of material about wanking off a guy in a car and then making eye contact with like a goose outside.
Yeah. I felt judgment for the goose.
Geese are vicious, but aren't they?
Yeah, they're also, you know, Presbyterian, I would say, in spirit. I feel like Ian Paisley was definitely reincarnated as a goose. Ulster says, what sound does a goose make again?
Honk.
Honk. Honk.
Yeah.
Ulster says honk. Yeah.
Right, we're going to probably have to go
Aye,
for
we
a
need
quick
to go for a
break
break.
so you can get to the bar because we've been having a lovely time up here. So we're going to go for a quick break so you can get to the bar and then we'll be back soon for our second half. Is that okay? But hold on, some.
We are absolute fun.
We are.
This is just on brand.
So it's in requests.
Alright.
Folder.
Do you want to stand and confess?
We'd like to give a public apology. Sorry about that.
Oh, somebody's typing there.
Abuse. Don't take it personally.
They're ready for doing. Oh, that's a good one actually. April O'Neill out of the Turtles, the journalist,
The hot one.
with the yellow jumpsuit. Remember her?
No,
Penfold out of the gymnast.
Stop. Who wrote that?
You have any cartoon crushes you want to share?
Captain Planet.
I loved it.
Captain Planet.
Captain Planet. That was a good. That was a good theme tune.
And there was a Captain Planet episode where he tried to solve the troubles in Northern Ireland.
You right.
Yes.
And then a couple of years later, the peace process happened.
Coincidence?
Coincidence? I fancied Robin Hood out of Robin Hood.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's vanilla, even though he's a dog.
Yeah.
But,
His politics are.
Huh?
His politics are on point.
yeah, absolutely. And he's cheeky. You know, he's a bit of a a rogue.
And he doesn't wear trousers.
Does he not?
No, is he not just.
Does he?
I don't think he does, yeah. Well, Donald Duck, Winnie the Pooh, they're all famously
They're all
trouserless.
Tops.
Yeah, they're all letting it breathe.
It's
You
fucking
know?
sick. It's weird, isn't it?
Aye, I see your point. He's a bit hot. The
Them
fox.
do empty what he shout out.
Shrek. Oh, does he count? I would fuck Shrek. Genuinely. I would. Not even, you know when people go like, oh, Shrek, that was Shrek 2 when he's a man for 10 minutes. And I'm like, that's a betrayal.
No.
I fuck him green.
That's like the Beauty and the Beast. When the
Again,
Beast turns into a guy.
When the beast turns into a guy, I'm like, hey.
I know, because he's the perfect man. He's in touch with his feelings, and he also owns property. So, what's not to love? Yeah.
Right. This part of the show, we're going to reveal. When we started the podcast, for one podcast, we asked our guests to bring their worst gig or promo photo. So we've asked the ladies to do that tonight, and you can decide whose is the worst. It's definitely mine. So we'll just get that out of the way first. Okay, brace yourselves.
You look like an evil nun.
I look like this. I look like that.
That's amazing.
It's the same picture. It's some lovely guy. It's a lovely wee gig as well, and he sent me about 6 photos, right? He was like, "Hey, take some pictures of you," and I was like, "Why the fuck would you ever think that I would want to see that?" I was fine. I was happy living my life until he sent me that, and I was like, "Fucking hell!"
You look like you're looking at the picture of yourself. Like,
It's a big spot on the chin, like that is what I look like. And another wee bonus one. That, I mean, it's not very clear, but I look like a child snatcher. I look like I'm on my way to abduct children.
I think you've peaked.
I have,
Like this.
I will never be funnier than that. Okay, Susan, you're next, so you.
Alright. Oh, that's haunts that photo fucking haunts me, so it does. I used to write a column for the Daily Record, right? And I had to go in and get my photo took, and they were like, "We've got hair and makeup for you," and I thought that my hair was going to get washed, but when I got there, so my hair was
pro-life rally.
It's murder! Yeah, my fashion wasn't the best, no, I have to say.
Is it outdoors?
Yeah, that was at Punchestown Racecourse, and it's the first ever time I met Vogue Williams. She was DJing,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
and I met her looking like that. And haven't met her since. Don't think I ever will meet her again. Yeah.
It's really not the worst. This one's better.
Oh my God. So
I've not seen that one.
that was taken by a professional photographer for a newspaper feature on me. And he told me he couldn't take a picture of me with glasses on, and could I take off my glasses? That's my face without glasses. I look like Millhouse. Do you know what I look like? I look like a horrible reanimated garden gnome, right? That's now asking to be killed.
You said it to me. You were thumbs up and shit.
Pull the trigger, Daddy.
When you texted to me, I was like, that's kind of cute. And you were like, I look like a Power Rangers baddie.
Yeah, I really.
And why is that so bogging?
Yeah. So like this was a range of bad decisions I made. Look at the fucking necklace. Look at everything. I'm wearing a kimono, right? And a glittery hood. Yeah, it's because I never wore the hood up on my head, and he was like, pull the hood up. I think the photographer really hated me. Yeah, genuinely, it's terrible.
I love it. I still think I'm winning. Nobody, Fern, these just simply are not ugly enough.
Yeah, I remembered the one I wished I'd sent you before. At my first promo shot, I looked like an estate agent who's in their 40s. That is a bad one.
How is that bad?
I'm always doing this or that on stage. I always look like I've just been given arms that day. Standing in this rigid, weird way. I said more. I said Susan. Come on! What's wrong with that? Look how fat my head is. Also, I was a size 10 there, but I carry all my weight in my head. It's a thing called big Irish head.
There is genuinely. Fern is genetically more Irish than me.
Yeah, and my family's from Donegal. We do have big heads. Like, my brother had to have glasses specially made. when he was wee, none of the children's glasses would fit him at the opticians because his head was so large. So I just, like, if I have any salt before filming or anything, my head just blows up.
I've got a giant head and all.
That's a
It's
thing.
pretty big and all.
Is it? Well, my family's Irish,
No,
so I
it's a
probably
thing.
got that big
It's a
Irish
thing.
head.
It's
I'm
a
proud
thing.
of my big Irish head.
You've got quite a wee petite head for an Irish person, Alison.
That Welsh. My dad is English, so.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
A very polite little head.
No, he's not polite. He's so English that even I feel colonised by him. We put an England flag outside of our house in a council estate in Ireland. Never ended well.
Like, she showed me the texts her dad sends her, and it'll be like things as soldiers and poppies, and he'll send her like anti-Irish jokes. It's mental.
Yeah, and now I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
And,
Tracks.
yeah, like he'll be like, you Irish, you're just genetically going to steal. And I'm like, okay. 4 of your children are Irish. Your ex-wife is Irish. I think that's what it's connected to. Like my mum and dad that separated, and when they did, because my mum's Irish and my dad's English, I called it the Good Friday Agreement. Beautiful. Fern, you definitely have body dysmorphia.
I'm like, oh, it's so bad.
I would cut my arm off for that to be my
Yeah.
Awful.
Jake,
I sent another one. I sent her once when I had a fat fanny on stage. I didn't
and
think it
it's
looked
here
that fat.
tonight.
I didn't think it looked that fat. Just so you know. No, I did. It looked like a bit like I had a big fanny. The jeans I was wearing.
Like what? Like a big vulva or like what?
Like just a big fat fanny.
A fupa.
A fat upper pussy area.
If we were on like
Yeah, fupa.
Yeah.
if we were on like CSI Miami, then like computer enhanced.
And then there was another one I sent you. I looked like I had a willy.
I don't think I got these. I think you sent me the right person.
That's
Genuinely, I sent you like 10 pictures.
I know because I was looking at all them going, these are all
real nice.
These are all too nice.
That's the big Irish fanny. That's the.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. If you put this, wow.
I think I win this.
I think you do win this.
I think if we're all honest, that's upsetting.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Thanks. I'm proud. Right, Wheel
Oh.
of Misfortune.
R.I.P.
What we should have done is taken that away from the BBC and done it independently, because it was just getting to the point where we were like having to sign women's boobs at gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
Genuinely, that happened.
So if anybody doesn't know, they had a podcast together on the BBC
Yeah.
called Wheel of Misfortune.
And we started it in lockdown. We just did it like I did it from a cupboard in my house. We didn't have any work.
No, yeah. It was kind of like, it was a quick decision we had to make.
Temporary.
I think before we were like, I'd never monetize our friendship. And
Yeah.
then,
it turned into let's see
A
this
pandemic.
chat
Yeah,
for the podcast.
Me and Amanda have tried to monetise those, but
Okay.
we're lucky if we've got like £3.
But then it started to get more popular, right? And then we were doing gigs. We were doing a gig together, and there was people like queuing out the gig after because of the podcast. And then I quit it because I got dead busy, and also the BBC kept trying to censor all our funniest stories. Trying
Yeah.
to censor us.
Sorry, I feel like we've brought up a pure bad time.
But then the mad thing was I left and Alison got Kerry Katona as a replacement host.
and a replacement friend.
Well, but then remember I came back on as a guest and Kerry
Yeah.
was being all weird with me.
But it's like Kerry was my second wife. And
She
I'm
was
like,
acting like that.
and I'm like, yeah, my first wife left me, but I love you.
That was dead awkward. She kept making it. I felt like she was threatened by me, and I
No.
was like, "This is very surreal."
No, no. See, I think, I'm really happy that we got out of the podcast with our friendship, like, because that was
Yeah.
like really scary. Do you ever get scared of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like genuinely.
We actually,
Because we're actual friends.
yeah.
I'm not saying you're not, you know what I mean? No, you are too. Like, and I'm like, I can hear it off you that you're actual friends. And there are podcasts that exist and they're popular, and you know, and
Can you say it?
It could be anyone. There's about 3 of them.
Could be anyone,
Could be
yeah.
anyone. And like,
But it's
but like, you know, you I'm just scared of that. Like, it was like, it was really kind of like, and when you said you didn't want to do the podcast anymore, there was a part of me that was like, oh shit, because like I love doing the podcast and everything like that. But like, I do love being your friend more than doing the podcast. So, you know, and it was
to
cool.
revive it under another name.
We
weren't allowed to keep it going outside because we've essentially sold that premise of being friends on a podcast to the BBC.
So we should have like
I had to sign a thing saying that I give this idea away to the BBC, even though it was so basic.
so maybe like, what if we went for like circle of
I think just no theme.
Okay.
Just have no theme.
Just chats.
The theme is no one's controlling us on this podcast.
Alison and Fern, untethered.
That's kind of our podcast.
I know, but simply because
No theme.
we're lazy bastards.
Do you get sponsors?
No!
We did it now in fairness.
We get none.
We get none.
I loved like getting voice notes in. Like
Yeah.
get people said you could tell when like some people were like real storytellers and they'd be like, hey man, I just and they'll go on this big long spiel and then I'd be like, I wiped my arse with a Game of Thrones book in the middle of Croydon, and you're like, okay.
If you don't know the podcast, the Wheel of Misfortune, you used to get like listeners sending you in their most embarrassing stories.
Yeah.
Aye.
And you can, they're still available, and like Kerry was brilliant and I love doing it and everything like that. I hope like that I'm not coming off in any way bitchy about the podcast, because I loved it. I'm not saying you are, but like, yeah. Now it seems like I am. Yeah, I'm doing a new podcast now.
Oh, is that you like to see what it's about?
Yeah, it's
Is
called
it-
Magazine Party.
That's
It's
very nice.
with Poppy Hillstead, who's a good friend of mine. I'm better friends with Fern. Poppy would say that herself. Do you know what the cool thing is? Like, me and Poppy have better friends than each other, but we really like fuck with each other, you know, because she's had a grim rural upbringing, and I've had that too. And like, we have good chemistry and shit like that, and I like it. But like, we will talk to each other, and we will talk about either like I'll be talking about you, and she'll be talking about Amy, her friend. So it's like kind of like, hey, yeah. Did I make that awkward?
No.
Good.
Magazine party, so it's.
Yeah, it's where we read Take a Break and That's Life and Chat magazines, and we find the weirdest stories out of these magazines, and then we find the shit that they sell in the back, like realistic babies and Princess Diana plates and biometric wristbands that help with 78 ailments, and then we get people to send to send in voice notes of their real life crazy stories. I don't know where I got that idea from.
But that is every podcast now. Like loads of podcasts
Do that now,
Well,
yeah.
that's the idea.
Yeah, totally true.
We
Totally
used
true.
to have guests on, and then we just gave up, didn't we?
We
We couldn't coordinate it. The two of you are a pair of fucking idiots. We couldn't coordinate like 3 people being in the same place at the
place at the same time. We did it like 5 times, I think we did with that.
Who were the guests?
We had Crystal Evans first, and then Mary-Elaine Robertson. B Babylons.
Just it was supposed to be me, Amanda, and like another lassie comic on the circuit.
It was supposed to be whoever was headlining our show
Oh,
that
aye,
month.
that's what it was. Aye.
But then, if that's it, then it's quite rigid. So it was like, and if they couldn't make it in time for us to edit it, it was just a fucking, it was a pain in the arse. So
Yeah, I really liked it when we were chatting at the start. Like, do you know, almost when there was a guest, it was like nice, but
When I found having a guest on the worst part of it.
yeah.
And just having to book them and hoping they would remember to turn up. And
Well, you would book him, you know, like, because
Yeah,
it'd be fun,
yeah.
like you'd be the one that would go, I know Phil Wang, and you'd get him on.
like that's such an impressive thing.
I know, sorry. No, I know, but like you were great with that. That was great.
But it was the worst bit. They should just I would listen to podcasts that are like no theme, that don't stick to a because I think producers that they keep trying to turn podcasts more and more into legacy media and have it be very formatted, and that's not why I like them.
Yeah, I like podcasts because like I worked in radio like about 12 years ago, and like this radio station I worked in, like I just come out of college and I'd listen to podcasts, like early podcasts, and they'd be like, oh, this is just for sad sacks who can't get an actual job in radio. And I'd be like, no, I just like listening to them, and now I think like podcasts have taken over radio, even though I love radio, like what I love about podcasts is this, like, everything can be so niche, like we can just exist as we are. Like we are 2 mentally ill comedians. We chat about the grimmest of shit, like we can't go on Loose Women. We would bum out everybody in Loose Women, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we have a podcast, it's great, you know, and that's the same with me, like it's like,
Well,
that's what I like. And also like
Also hearing regional accents, because most Scottish people in mainstream media sound English. So I listen to their podcast all the time because it helps me when I feel homesick. And it's really funny as well. But I remember people coming up to me after we started doing the podcast, these Scottish girls being like, "Oh, you sound like us," because you just get so many Scottish people just sound like wankers.
And the other thing about podcasts that, well, I'm not liking that much now is kind of like there's more I know we worked with the BBC, but there's bigger corporations getting involved in podcasts, and I miss the independence of it and stuff, and even though like the new podcast I'm doing is with a production company, so I'm just not arsed.
I know, and if there's any production companies out there that want to help us.
But I think if you get two people that like each other and are funny, and then get someone to do all the work, that's perfect. You know,
I just do all the work.
Susan does all the work.
Do you do all the work?
Yeah.
How is it? Like, what's the dynamics like? Because I was worried when we did our podcast. I was like, because we were just friends. Like, and it wasn't, and then I was like, oh fuck, this is like a professional element to it.
Yeah.
And like, I always like catastrophize every time, and I'm like, she's gonna hate me. We're gonna fall out irreparably.
We are the same person, Alison.
We are, yeah. We both got fringes. Like genuinely, I do feel like we're very similar. Yeah.
Susan
It's like
does
a
all
mirror.
the.
Wait, no, it's like a mirror.
Susan does all the work, and I'm just like, she secretly resents me and hates me, and I overanalyze it. Every text message she sends me, I'm like, are you mad at me?
You're like, where's my kiss? Put a kiss at the end.
You do all the booking stuff for the stand-up night
I
that we
take
have,
care of the live
and
show.
I hate to do that because I hate admin and like talking to people.
But
we all like the same person, Phil.
Yeah.
I hate dealing with like other people and stuff.
Alison likes doing lots and lots of things in a day, and I just like to do one thing in a day. And you were saying you just like to do one thing.
What was that you said you done the day, Alison?
Is it a bariatric oxygen chamber? Yeah. I got off the train. I had some points on my class pass. I'm going to cancel that at the end of the month because I can't afford it. So I went into this oxygen therapy thing where they zip you up into a chamber, and then you put like a breathing mask on, and it puts oxygen into your face, and you breathe it in. And it's supposed to help heal wounds. I have no wounds, but
What, like metaphorical wounds or like real wounds?
Real
Spiritual wounds.
the mother wound.
That's what used to be.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. What happened in it? It's supposed to be relaxing, but I couldn't get any Wi-Fi or any 3G, and the only thing I had saved was a podcast about the Epstein list. So I was just listening to people name out people on the Epstein list while breathing in pure oxygen. And I was like, I did try meditating, but I couldn't do that, so I had to listen about Epstein.
Are you one of the people that finds like true crime relaxing?
No, I used to, but then some true crime happened to me. So now I'm like, no. It's like veal. Do you know what I mean? When you find out how veal is made, you're like, not so tasty, but it is. But now, like I used to find true crime relaxing, but I got robbed. A man came into my house and, robbed me. He asked me for my car keys, and I was so shocked. It was a man basically. Oh fuck. Well, a man came. So I came home from a gig, put on Graham Norton, and there was footsteps upstairs. I thought it was my landlady Lillian, and a man came down the stairs with a pillowcase on his face and a knife, and I was like, "That's not Lillian." And then he came into me, and do you know what? There was a fucked up part of me that went. Do you know for a brief second if you hear a noise upstairs and the voice goes, that's a strange man up there, and then you go, no, it isn't. And then when he came down, I was like, wah ha ha ha. I was like, I'm not being gaslit. This is real. So he came in and he went, car keys. And then I was like, well, I tried to learn how to drive when I was 15, but I couldn't work the clutch. And Then he took my doll. So like yeah, he robbed me. So like yeah, what was I saying before that shit?
No, saying like yeah, true crime, relaxing.
Yeah, used to be, but then when you deal with the police, and then you're like, ah, fuck, you know, yeah.
You would have hated that documentary, Amanda, because she never get murdered.
I know.
Like she only likes it when somebody dies.
What?
I was saying, I put on my favourite true crime YouTuber the other night, but I turned it off because the guy survived.
Wow.
And he was being interviewed, and I was like, this is good. Like I need to be like, oh, I want justice for this person.
Yes, yeah,
But he was there, so I was like, I don't care about him. Anybody else, fine. That.
You're like, it's
No.
like when you discover wrestling isn't real, and then you're like, these are not real injuries.
Oh, he's alive? Why are you talking about him?
He's alive and fine. Fuck that.
Right, we're going to. So,
Oh.
Yes.
does anyone watch House of Games?
Yeah. Fern.
Both Fern and Alison have been on House of Games.
Yes.
How was it?
I only got on like really because I'm friends with you.
Fuck off!
No, because we did. So tell her about Pointless. We did Pointless together.
Oh, we did
That's
Pointless.
right, because we were going to do like a pointless thing, but then
Let's do it.
no, we're
let's
not
do it.
smart enough.
Games.
We're not smart enough to like do the questions. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there. Go for it. I don't endorse this.
No, but you were the one that pointed it out.
Oh yeah, go on. Fuck it.
When I did House of Games.
I love the way you're leaning in
story?
like it's a ghost story.
When I did House of Games, Edith Bowman apparently kept like gritting her teeth anytime I said an answer.
Do you know what? I noticed it. I noticed it.
Right, you're the first person that said that. I
I
didn't notice it, and then Alison messaged me and was like, I would punch her if I was you. She just like hated me.
She did take
She
you.
like hated me on site. And she was wearing this dress by a company that I had a dress from there, and I said, oh, I've got a dress from that label as well. And she was like this.
What a bitch.
Oh.
But then again, Fern, you've said Kerry Katona, now you're saying Edith Bowman.
No, Kerry Katona was fine. No, the Edith Bowman thing was a standout.
I did. Go back and watch that episode and you can feel the tension.
Yeah. No, I was unaware of it. I was just like, oh, Edith, like trying to be friends with her. Terrible. I still think about that.
Oh my god.
So we made the answer smash.
We're going to do. Are you familiar with Answer Smash? Okay, if you're not, I'm not going to explain it because I've never seen it.
I kept fucking up that round.
I've seen, but I'm not a watcher. And we
Right, so you have to.
You've seen my pain then.
You see a picture. There's a category, and then you see a picture of that, and
So
then
we've got an example. Sorry.
this is why we would never be able to host a fucking game show. Because we can't explain instructions, right? So you'll see a picture and then you'll get a question, then you need to smush the answer together, right? So let's do a wee test one, right? A pure honking aftershave straight out of... Right, alright, fucking hell. So a pure honking aftershave, that is a bit of a long thing, Amanda, that you've done up here.
Very hard on this, thank you very much.
A pure honking aftershave straight out of the 1930s that you'd only buy for a guy you hate.
Old Spice Girls.
Did you get it? Right, okay. We'll do another one. A hardline Islamic group that retook control of Afghanistan in 2021.
Who are the bands? Wait.
ISIS.
No.
Taliban is amazing.
No. That was the answer. It's the Taliban.
Oh, the Taliban girl.
Right, he's getting it.
An eternal flame and an eternal war.
So we've made you individual rounds
Amazing.
based on categories you would like.
Oh, this is so
Alison,
cool.
your subject is soup.
Amazing.
We should explain
Yeah.
though. Alison loves soup.
I love soup. I love convenience.
You actually called your show Soup, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I'm in a soup WhatsApp group.
Oh
I'm in the
no, it's your Instagram channel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I'm in as well. She's got a specially designated soup
I know.
Instagram chat.
Because I felt that anyway. Oh,
Right.
a sleazy wee politician. who had an
Let's
affair.
let Alison answer. A sleazy wee politician who
Matt
had an affair.
Matt Hancock-a-leaky.
Yes!
Yes.
Well done.
Matt Hancock-a-leaky. Jennifer Saunders comedy bestie.
Don French onion soup.
Yes.
You're so good at quizzes, Alison.
I
The
fucking-
vampire most sexualised by teenage girls.
Oh, fuck. Okay, that's... Oh, Edward Cullen Skink.
Yay! Okay, Fern.
Fern.
I'm gonna be shy.
Your subject.
Their subject is bread.
Why is your subject bread, Fern?
I love bread so much. I went to a special hypnotist to get hypnotised out of eating bread. And it didn't work. And also she told me that she could see ghosts.
I just love the thought of being hypnotised out of eating bread. What was our method like?
I had to lie back on a chair. And I had to like think of like my earliest, happiest memories of bread. But you know the film. When I was growing up in Birkey, I used to go and get 2 slices of bread and just sit in my bed and eat them. But you know how in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, they hide some of the best memories of their relationship away so that it can be saved. I hid my best memories of bread from the hypnotist, so it didn't work.
I just love the idea of like a dream you running with a baguette going, I can't
Well,
take it.
this is how bad I am with bread. This is what I had for breakfast this morning. 6 potato scones. Just dry.
That's not bread.
It's a form of
I
bread.
know it is. Irish people say potato
Potato bread,
don't they?
yeah.
But dry, you mean just, have you put them in a toaster? Have you just...
No, I eat them cold and dry.
Really?
That's
Fuck
criminal.
off, you're digestive biscuits. When I was listening to that, I was like, that's terrible.
It's so good, it's good, I swear.
Right. A low impact Chinese exercise that's meant to make you feel smashing. Oh.
Feng Shui Chibata.
It's
No.
more like
Tai Chibata.
Yes!
Tai Chi. Okay. Susan's favourite gym class that she actually secretly hates
Body pump.
and is stormed out in a huff about 4 times.
Body pumpernickel.
Yes! Fern, your Fern's second favourite drug.
MDMA naan bread.
No? Shit.
I didn't know that was your second favourite.
Well, I could change on any day.
Depending on if you're on that
Hate
drug.
something else.
Cannabis naan bread.
What's another name for marijuana?
Well, I'm not a teacher enough. Yes, I'm not giving like an anti-drugs lecture. Calling it marijuana.
Okay, I need a We've got a wee prize for you. Alison,
Oh, amazing, thank you.
wee tin of soup. Fern, I got you something bread adjacent because I know you.
Any bread.
It's pan au chocolat.
Oh,
Brioche ones.
thank you.
You're welcome.
You can dip it in the soup.
I thought it was some plain rolls and I was more excited about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. They had burger buns. I should have got them.
That's what I thought it was. Tomorrow's breakfast.
Right, before we'll probably need to wrap up soon. Cause
Aw.
But why don't you talk quickly about your show that's coming up, if you want to?
Oh, it's the show I've been touring for ages called I Gave You Milk to Drink, and it's at the King's Theatre. Thanks if you come to see it before. It's almost the same as the last time, but if you haven't come along, Susan's doing support, and amazing Kim Blythe as well.
She's here.
She's here somewhere.
She's in the room with us now. Make yourself known, Kim. Throw a stone. It's like Girls Allowed to go ghost hunting. Get the fuck out!
I don't know. Do they just come and chuck you? Like, I mean, I don't know.
We've got one more wee game. Do you think we've got time to play
Yeah,
it?
let's do the game. We'll be quick.
So what it's going to be is...
This is complicated.
It's fine. So it's like a test of our friendships, right? So it'll be like Mr. and Mrs. Bestie version, right? The audience. So I'm going to... We're very lo-fi here. So you'll each... Either side. So you'll each have a paper plate which I've drawn a big A or a big F on, right? Yeah. No, you need one each. So you take an A. Fern, you take an F. Right, so we'll ask a question.
I've got it.
Yeah, that's right. So A for Alison, F for Fern. We'll ask you a question, and then Susan's going to take note of how many answers you get.
Sweet.
You the same answer. Do you know how Mr. and Mrs. works?
Yeah.
Right, and then me and Susan will do it, and we'll see who's the better pair of besties.
Amazing.
And whoever loses, will buy the winners a drink.
Whoever wins gets to keep the podcast.
Yeah. It's fine by me. Okay. Can you not?
Can you not?
Can you see Can you see the very shit letters on the plates? Okay. So hold up who you think this is. Okay. Who's more likely to have the highest screen time?
Screen time, like on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I right? I don't know. What do you mean? No, they as a group. We should have clarified this weeks ago. They get a point as a team if they give the same answer. Does that... Sorry, this was so stupid. Who's more likely to join a cult? I know the answer to this one. Who's most likely to take a week to reply to a text? You're I would say so. Who would get killed first in a horror movie?
Are we talking like cardio?
Oh!
I would so get killed.
I think I would give up. If it was zombies, I would just give up.
Yeah, but like between the time of you giving up, I would be killed. Do you know what I mean? You'd have to consider it. I'd be gone.
Who's most likely to cancel plans at the last minute? Who
I
gives...
got cancelled Girls Allowed.
I was literally thinking of Girls Allowed.
Yeah.
But I'm fine about it. Because I met some people on a train.
Okay. Who's most likely to make friends in the girls' bathroom on a night out? Who's most likely to get lost in their hometown?
In your hometown?
Yeah.
I know. Were you thinking that doesn't matter, I'll talk to you about it after.
Okay, last one. Who gives the best advice? Oh,
That's going to be quite tense.
Places, so somebody can take score for us. So if somebody wants to sit, there's a wee seat there. And Fern, you could read out the questions. If you can read my writing, can you?
I feel competitive now.
So I'm just going to read out these. Tense. Ready?
I'm scared.
Yes. Who's more likely to shag a co-worker?
Oh no.
Because I hate comedians.
I'll shag anybody who's funny.
Who's the best driver?
Oh. I'm shiting off, the twos are shiting.
Who's the most likely to get arrested?
100%. Sorry, Fern.
Who gets the most drunk at work drinks? Who's most likely to eat something off the ground?
I can't believe we're getting all these
It's
right.
not even most likely, she actually does it all the time. God kissed it, devil missed it.
Who's most likely to laugh in a serious moment? Who's most likely to forget where they parked their car?
I drove home to the tune without my... I got the bus home to the tune without my water.
And finally, who is the most likely to fake their own death?
I'm going to have the organisational skills to do that. Is that them all?
That's us.
Oh, right, okay. I think we have a draw. We have a draw.
No?
Decimated us.
Oh.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and me and Fern got 5.
Aw, yay! Thank you,
Yeah. It's actually for the best that our podcast is finished.
It's actually,
We
We'd rather be friends.
Yeah, we don't know each other at all.
I feel like we've picked a lot of holes in your friendship tonight. Like you're going to go home and argue with each other.
Yeah, I'm going to reassess all choices I've made after
Turn
tonight.
you like that. No, it was a joke.
Sorry.
Fern was actually... right, this has been really fun. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
These have been dream guests. We've been buzzing about this, haven't we? So this thing.
No, I just was a wee bit nervous.
Were you?
I was shying myself.
I was shaking.
You had diarrhea?
I did.
morning because you came out of the toilet and you were like, somebody's spewed in there.
I actually used the toilet that you sat closest to.
Wow.
That's where I had the diarrhea. But here's what to do, right?
There is a fusty smelling toilet in there. And
I
Kim used the toilet straight after me, and I wanted to go, that wasn't me.
I know, that's the one that smells like spew, ash at the other one. What you do if you're going to have nervous diarrhea, which I always do before something like this, is the minute it comes out, you flush.
Yeah.
And then you take care of the rest.
It's like a factory. It's like,
Wow, what a way to end the show.